Hey guys, special announcement before we get into the interview with Jennie Boberick. As you know, April 27th, 2024 at 6 o'clock at the Berwick Area High School. It is Repeat Revenge. Me versus Sean McFadden as the main event with a great undercard to follow. However, the main event with me is off. Unfortunately, back in March, I suffered an injury. Not hurt. I'm not hurt. I'm injured. There is a difference. If I'm hurt every day I get up, I'm hurt. I am injured. I'm going to have probably a small surgery on my shoulder to clean some stuff up. I tried everything I could, from cortisone shots to physical therapy. I wanted to thank Dave Kerfman, a great physical therapist. He got me as far as he could to that point. Dr. Scott Boyle, I got some injections of cortisone to try to clear it up. Unfortunately, it can't be done. Where there's just no possible way that I'm going to be able to fight. When you fight somebody like Sean, you need both hands. And this is not a knock on anybody that is at the gym that sparred with me and was getting me ready for the fight. On my worst day, on my worst day, some of the people wouldn't be able to hang with me. And on my best day here with my injury, I was getting beat up. I'm going to bring Leo Talenka on right now if I can to let him know what the plan is. I think he's on now. Leo, how are you? Leo, can you hear me? He's probably in a bad spot. I'm going to remove him here. When he can hear me, I'm going to ask him to come back on. But up there, I think he can hear me here.
I can hear
Leo,
you.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just was informing my audience that I have withdrawn from the main event. But hopefully we can get it together at some point. You know as well as I do, I've tried cortisone shots, physical therapy. I tried
Tons of work
to get to the ring.
We tried to fight different with everything. It didn't matter.
We went southpaw. We tried to. It didn't make a difference.
Nope.
And again, it wasn't. I was trying. I said it was not a knock on anybody, but I wasn't able to hang with people that couldn't fight with me. They wouldn't be able to hang with me.
Correct.
And it's not a knock on the guys that I was sparring with at all, but
No.
I couldn't do anything, and it wasn't good.
If you can't throw a punch, you can't get in the ring.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
and like you said, we tried everything. You went to 3 different doctors, physical therapy. What are you going to do? You know, your body's worn down, and the most important thing you got to do every day is get up and go to work. You got to make the money first.
Yeah, and we just had Jennie Boberick on. I just filmed it. I just had it on, and I wanted to film this afterwards so we can talk about it. So where does that leave your show now? With the main event out, but you do have. I mean, like I said, this is action packed.
Oh yeah, we have 4 heavyweight bouts, 2 female bouts. We're going to do Fighter of the Night. I also give away the Travis Potter Unsung Hero Award. And our main event now will be Darius Stephanie.
Darius Stephanie stepping in there to cover the main event. Now, obviously, Repeat Revenge is the motto on the show. There are a couple rematches there that are going on there, which is good. Jennie's rematch. I'm interested in your thoughts on Jennie's fight.
I think if she does exactly what she's been working with Rich on, I mean, listen, it's only been a month since her last fight. You're not going to change the world, but she works out hard. She's been doing a ton of work with Coach Rich, and I think it'll be a great fight, just like the last one was.
And then right underneath that, Aubrey Scavone against Ashley Miller. They're both. I mean, you talk about 2 female fights that are going to be identical and barn burners. These 2 are going to be fight of the night candidates.
Absolutely. I mean, Aubrey's training hard. I've been seeing videos from Ashley. She's training hard. They're identical weight, identical record. It's going to be a hell of a show with them girls.
Also one of the other things that I've seen is Jenny and Aubrey sparring with Olivia Ford. Sean bringing them down to fight to spar with them. That's important too.
That's very important. I mean, Olivia is what? Golden Glove champion, Junior Olympic
National champion. She's the number one woman.
You can't ask for much better sparring than that.
Right. Then, of course, you got a couple other people. You have Brock on the show there. Brock's fighting. He's making his return, coming back. You also, if I've seen, are you driving? And
I am.
Are you? Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Listen, I'm not going to take blame for anything that happens here, and this is probably not good for your insurance company to see this.
We're good. Brock's coming back. That guy trains like an animal.
Never seen anyone train as hard as he has in that gym. I could tell you that. Who else? Run down that show there.
We got David Jackson.
David Jackson making his debut.
Yep. Dimitri Pearson, heavyweight. Yep. Travis McHenry. That'll be his debut also. We talked about Jenny, Aubrey, Darius.
Sean.
Yep. Sean Hill.
Hill.
Big kid, 215 pounds.
Slick southpaw.
I mean, he is built like a brick shit house. Works out extremely hard.
Slick southpaw too. Has a great style for that. And he's good. I mean, I think he'll be good.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. But I'm going to tell you this: even though the main event is out, there is talk that it could come back in October, depending on how the surgery goes. We'd like to do it in October, but this is an action-packed card. April 27th, this Saturday, 6:00. Get your tickets now. They're going fast. We're gonna have crowd there on Saturday night.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets now. Don't wait in line. They can get them at Rocky Boxing. Contact Leo on Instagram or Facebook where they can get the tickets. And we'll get them to you. Leo.
Very simple.
Leo, is there anything else that they can do to get in contact with you as far as the boxing club?
Well, they could go on Facebook. They could go on my Instagram, and they could come to the gym. Staff hours are Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. till noon. Doors open at 5.
Any final thoughts on the show? He falls for it every time. But anyway, Leo, good Lord. Anyway, again, April 27th, repeat or revenge this Saturday, 6 p.m. Doors open at 5. Going to be a great, fantastic show. Even though I am not at the top of the card, Sean will be there. We're trying to get a fight for Sean. He'll be there. You can go talk to him there. We tried everything we could to get this fight together. We couldn't do it. Couldn't happen. But fortunately, we have a great show for you guys. That's all for me. And remember, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired what you can do with yours. And enjoy the interview with Jennie Boberick.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time! Brought to you by Ringside, the best in boxing. It's the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast. Introducing first, fighting out of the Zapata Brand Studio in Berwick, Pennsylvania. He is an expert in boxing and bagels, George Zapata!
Hey guys, welcome to the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast, brought to you by Ringside. Go to ringside.com/podcast, and you too can get 40% off selected brands. Well, April 27th, this Saturday, 2024 at 6 p.m. at the Berwick area high school. My next guest, Jennie Boberick, takes on Mackenzie Mazuer in a rematch, repeat of revenge here at Berwick, Pennsylvania. Jennie, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Thanks for coming on the show. Now, Jennie, 2 things right out of the gate. You're 22 and your birthday is going to be that day.
Yep.
How funny and ironic is it that it's going to be that day for you?
I couldn't believe it when they first announced the fight date.
Wow. Well, speaking of fight date, you have fought Mackenzie before. You fought her back in, I believe, February, right?
Yep.
Okay. Close fight there in Harrisburg, in her hometown. And what was your initial feeling going into the fight?
I honestly, like the days leading up to it, I was really nervous, but then the day came and I was very calm, just excited to do it.
Now, how long have you been training? Just before the fight, before your first fight.
I started, I think, a little over a year and a half ago.
Okay. Now, why did you want to go into boxing?
Honestly, I wasn't that interested in it. My stepmom knows Leo, the owner of Rocky.
Mhm.
She was texting him about me joining the gym just to do weightlifting because I was at the Y and wanted to switch.
Mhm.
He said you should try boxing, and I just kind of brushed it off at first. I didn't really think anything of it. I'd never been into that before.
Right.
Thought more about it, and I was like, maybe that'd be something fun, cool. So I tried it for a little while. Plus, my trainer, Rich, he was one of my teachers in high school, so I already knew him. So I kind of started training just with him at first, and then I started going into the classes once I knew that I liked it.
Okay. So at what point did you decide, okay, this is something I want to do so I can compete?
I think it was only a couple months in. I really, really liked it, and I saw the other people in the gym getting ready for fights, and it just seemed like something fun.
Okay, well, let's fast forward. Well, rewind, but fast forward from when you started training. Rewind a little bit to your first fight here. Mackenzie comes in as someone who had been training just about as long as. It's an amazing. It's like you're looking in a mirror. You two are two girls who are in the medical industry, roughly the same age, both blonde hair, blue eyed girls. They're going at each other. It was almost like looking in the mirror when I saw the fight. What was your initial feelings the day of the fight?
Um, I was just really excited. I actually had a couple fights scheduled before this one that got canceled. Like people would back out a couple days before, so I'd just been waiting for a fight, and I was just really excited to finally have one.
So now this opportunity comes up, you jump at it. Your parents, what'd they say?
My dad isn't the biggest fan. He supports me, but he's just worried about me getting hurt. And then
Which most people would.
yeah, my stepmom just thinks that it's awesome.
Well, no, hey, it's usually that's the case. It's usually reversed when it's a guy, but in this case, obviously your dad, and it'd be something to get. And when I go to the fight on Saturday, I'm definitely going to talk to him about it, just to seeing his daughter in the ring. That has to be something a little bit different because mostly you're playing field hockey and basketball and soccer, and here you are getting punches in the face. Not good. So anyway, you get to the ring, you step up there. It's in her hometown. What did you feel then? Did you feel okay? This is something when your first round. I always say the first minute of your first round is your hardest fight because you got to get through those nerves. Um, Initially, when you're out there, you get hit first. What's it like?
Honestly, like I kind of blacked out. Like I don't really know,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
but I honestly all that was in my head was just throw as many punches as you can.
Mhm.
So I just threw and threw and threw. Even if I missed, I just kept going and throwing.
Okay. So let's take the first round out now. Let's move. And I saw the first round. I thought the first round was even, more of a feeling out round. You landed a few punches. She landed a few punches. Second round comes up. You're in the corner with Rich. Is there something? Do you remember him talking to you at all or no?
Actually, Rich wasn't there.
Oh, Rich wasn't there. Okay.
Danny. So Dan
Okay.
Danny and I talked like a little bit, but it wasn't much. I think my headgear was like twisting around a little bit during the fight. So I was supposed to focus on trying to get that fixed. So I was just telling him to please fix that. And then that
Okay.
was it.
Okay. So so it wasn't really much instruction in that at that point. Okay. So now you're out to the second round. This was your best round. I thought second round was your best round. You landed two or three really good right hands. Did you feel it all of a sudden gaining momentum?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so the second round I scored for you clearly. First round could have gone either way. Now it's the end of the second round. I thought you did very well, landing some nice right hands, good counters, nice jab going. You get back to the corner in the second round, you're feeling good. The third round, I thought you ran out of a little gas there.
Yeah.
How did you feel in that third round?
I remember one of the only things that I said to Danny in between rounds was, "I'm so tired," and I just kept saying that multiple times. The third round, yeah, I just remember, like, taking a lot more punches because I
Mhm.
was tired, I wasn't moving as well, and I just wasn't really throwing.
So you see the name of the event, Repeat or Revenge, and this is why it's important. First round could have gone either way. Second round to you, third round to Mackenzie. That's what it looked like. So what changes now? You're here now, 2 months. This is only a few months out. What did you feel you had to work on or improve on that would get you through to that third round?
Well, I mean, definitely increase my cardio, but
Mhm.
other than that, like, just working on, I'd say, more my defensive tactics. Like, I think I was trying to be more offensive, and I think I needed to be a little more patient.
Did you feel you were trying to push too much?
I think so, yeah.
I think you put a lot of pressure on yourself in being in your first fight and at her hometown, which
Mhm.
brings us to this Saturday. And now the roles are reversed. You're coming. She is coming. Mackenzie is coming to Berwick. Now I know what the ticket sales are. At this point, it is going to be packed there. Um, Nothing between you two can be any more similar from your looks. The only thing that's different, even your style of fighting, the only thing that's different is she has a 1 where you have a 0. When you go into this fight come Saturday, what is your mentality going to be in order to win this fight?
Honestly, I think last time, the first fight, I maybe put a little too much pressure on myself, which kind of made me choke up a little bit. I think now I'm trying to be a little more relaxed and still put the pressure on and be aggressive, but still be patient because I don't think I was very patient the first time.
Right. Well, and what it was one thing I did see that you were doing in the last few weeks there is you're sparring with Olivia Ford. Olivia Ford is the number one 165-pound female fighter in the nation. Do you feel that more confident that you're having the ability to hang with someone like that?
Yeah, I would say so, definitely.
Was that something that you feel that you lacked prior to that first fight? Was that sparring?
I think so, yeah. It's hard, especially being a girl, because we don't have a lot of opponents to be able to spar with.
Hmm.
So kind of used to the same thing over and over again because me and Aubrey are always together for sparring.
Hmm.
So getting a little more variety helps, definitely.
Now, what are your intentions here with the next few months after this fight?
Honestly, I think I might take a little break, but I know that Leah always has a fight in November, so I'll probably still do that one. But I'm about to start my first job. I'm finishing school right now. I'm not actually a nurse yet, so
Okay.
working. So I think I'm just gonna take a little time off and just train hard.
Okay, so not competing, but still training in the gym to
Yeah.
keep your skills sharpened, which is important here because you can't if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. That's been one of our tactics there. Now, what does Rich mean to you? How's he been as far as his training? And I know you said he was your teacher in school, but how is it having someone who's a teacher with you and then go to a sport like boxing where I taught Rich from back in the day? How does that translate to him now being your trainer?
He knows me like inside and out. He knows me from school, obviously, and he knows so much about boxing. So kind of going to him as the mentor from the very beginning helped a lot because he just knew how I was, he knew how I learned. So he was able to really direct me in the way that I needed to go to improve. But yeah, he I was like really upset that he couldn't come to the first one because I felt like I really needed him there. And yeah, he's just been a huge mentor to me.
Do you think that threw you off a little bit in the first fight?
I think so.
Yeah, not having that corner. Now, and I'm not no knock on Danny or I was Nick there too. Was Nick in your corner also? Okay, they're not there with you constantly. They're not there with sometimes you need a trainer who knows you inside and out, like Rich does. So that's key. Like if my son was fighting, Leo would be in the corner with my brother because they know him better than anybody. So that was key. And I did notice that, actually, now that I think about it, that might have been something off on that point. So what about Leo? Now, Leo, to you, more of the conditioning coach there for you with your stuff. When you first met up with him, and you told him that you wanted to fight, what was his initial reaction?
I don't really remember that well, but I feel like he was just excited. I feel like he's excited for anyone that says they want to compete. He's just ready to go. He's ready to find somebody. Obviously, we're ready. But I think the first time I told him, he thought I was ready enough to start. And he said at first that he would probably try to get me a developmental, but then that just never happened. So my other ones got canceled along the way. But yeah, I think he was just excited.
Okay, well, let me ask you this down the road. What, in 5 years, where do you see Jennie Boberick?
That is a tough question. I honestly don't really want to be in this area anymore. So I'm probably going to be somewhere else. But I'd like to try to continue boxing as long as I can find a good gym wherever I am. And I'll be working as a nurse still.
Now, is it the area because it's cold over here, or is it because you just want to be in a different weather environment?
I just want to, or like I've lived here my whole life, so I just want to go somewhere else.
Now, are you married?
No.
No. Okay. So, well, then that's easy. You can get up and go where you want. You don't have no ties here. So when you're approaching this next 5 years, that's coming down the road, what is your best, fondest memory that you'll remember from first stepping into Rocky boxing?
Honestly, the people are just amazing. Like, it's crazy how you spar with someone, you're hitting them, and they're hitting you back, and then you get out of the ring and you're like laughing about something. Like, it's just a completely different sport than anything else. And I think a lot of people don't realize that about it. They think, oh, like everyone's just angry at each other and you're just trying to kill each other in the ring, but it's really not. Like, I've made so many good friends and it's just always a good time.
And that's, I've heard that a lot from all the fighters there, even the trainers, that the camaraderie is one thing that you get from boxing. It's something that I've had for years there. And unfortunately, I can't get there as much as I'd like to, but I try as best I can. But any final thoughts here as far as what your next adventure is, as far as the fight? What do you feel Jennie Boberick has to do to win this fight?
I'm just gonna stay calm and be aggressive.
Well, that's the name of the game there, being aggressive, moving forward, keeping punches together, and getting your chin down. Jennie Boberick fights this Saturday, 6 o'clock, April 27th, 2024, at the Berwick High School. Jennie, great to have you on, and good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.